All right, guys. I used to sing that song, "Rain, Rain, Go Away, Come Back Here Another Day." Well, it has been. It's been coming back every day, and we got this bad boy. The inside is done. I got a few items I gotta touch up on the inside, but for the most part, the only thing we're waiting on in order to get my CO or my certificate of occupancy here, we already had a final inspection. And the one thing that was missing, well, a couple of things that was missing was you have to have your landscaping in. They have to understand, they have to see the fact that the house itself is not having an impact on the storm drainage system in that neighborhood. So you can kind of see right here, and like right here, this is actually hurting the storm drainage in this neighborhood. So, or it's impacting it because that siltation is getting in there, and it's, if you see the inlet, there's an inlet all the way down right there. There's an inlet there, so all this stuff is washing down there and getting in there, and it impacts it. So the municipality is going to make sure that you get your sod in before you finish. They're not going to give you a CO until they see all that stuff is done. They don't want to come back and then you say, well, we're not going to put sod in. The homeowner's going to do this right here, and you're constantly impacting this. So I get it, guys. It's actually, it doesn't affect any life safety issues other than it impacts the neighborhood. And here's the thing, guys. In this particular municipality, they're going to require a $10,000 bond. So I have a bond with these guys that we're fixing to discontinue that bond. But if I don't get this right here taken care of, and let's just say, for instance, the city went on ahead and gave me a certificate of occupancy, and they say, hey, you need to go ahead and take care of this right here, those guys will cash in on that bond. So you don't want that stuff. You don't want that on your name and things like that, where municipalities, especially since we're so close, we only got that one item, just get the landscaping in. The only problem is that the sod farms, for the next couple of days, it's just so wet, they're not going to just cut that sod. So it may be Tuesday or something next week before we can actually get sod in. So we got to wait it out. And that's the only thing I'm left with, guys, is my my landscaping. Well, the sod, because the landscaping is actually done, guys. You got the trees and stuff set up here. The house turned out really nice. It really looks good. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not just saying this because this is the one that I built. I think this is the top house in the neighborhood. If you go around the corner, you can see the other houses. But I think by the way this thing sits up here and how everything looks, I think right now it's the top. Now, I might have to spice this guy right here up, man, and make it get it. I might have to spice this guy up and make him get this guy. So we'll just see how that work out, and we'll see what goes on this right here. But the way this house sits, guys, I mean, just the way it sits in this neighborhood, it sits really good in this neighborhood versus, I don't like to do this right here, but like if you see that house right down there, I don't really like when houses sit lower than the road. That doesn't, that's just my opinion. Sometimes, like my last, maybe one or two houses I had to sit that was lower than the road. I get it, man. Sometimes, guys, you got to work with nature, or the way that lot is kind of designed in the best case scenario. But I really don't. I like when they sit like this here, guys. So this right here worked out really good. There's a lot of yard that's going to be going on here. We were able to kind of, that was a good idea with the landscapers right there to put those, I don't know, those junipers or whatever they call those things, but they turn green. That keeps you from having to be on that steep slope trying to mow that thing, man. That's going to become a headache. So, guys, sometimes things that happen negative, they actually work out for you. So the rain, it actually allowed me to see where all the water is going and make sure that no water is sitting on this lot, which we checked it over and over. We had enough rain. We're good. We're good now on this one right here. it works out really good. I mean, the water is moving, and now the code says that within 48 hours, so 2 days, if you have standing water, it needs to be gone within 2 days. I think that's what the code says, and I think that's what the performance guidelines by the National Association of Home Builders say that, you know, standing water needs to be, you know, it needs to be gone in 48 hours of sunlight, you know. So that's not going to happen because it's gone within while it's raining. It gets on out of here. Guys, you want to make sure, one thing you really got to make sure that your landscaper, you know, they got to focus on this stuff. They got to focus on, you know, you just can't get out here and eyeball, you know, the lot. You got to have your laser level while he's actually out here. And those guys, when they were actually doing this right here, they had the laser level going. They were watching. They was making sure we had constant fall. And we made sure that we got a lot of the water on the driveways. There's a driveway up the top, the driveway at the bottom. Once you get that water on that driveway, I actually kind of had that driveway done in such a way, it's kind of like a little gradual slope like this here, and it pulls that water right down the center and pulls it on down. So guys, you want to keep these things in mind while you're building. I mean, I know it's a lot of stuff going on during the construction process, guys, but these are the more critical things, man. The landscaping, because you can have a perfect house, guys. The house can be absolutely 100% gorgeous and perfect. And if your landscaper is running water toward the house, you're gonna get a leak. You know, I was talking to the homeowners today. I mean, you guys can kind of see right here where all the water is collecting right here in the middle. The dirt is showing it off because we had some dirt over here, but all the water is collecting right there in the middle and coming straight down this driveway, guys. But you got to relay this information to your land. Now, if you got really good guys to do concrete, they should be able to catch that for you. They should be able to get that for you and understand how this stuff works, and you'll be okay. But for the most part, you got to make sure, as builders, guys, you got to make sure that you're on top of that stuff. You make sure that you're on top of it. You know, like right here, I put a little bump up. You know, I made sure I told the guys, just because these guys do it don't mean, you know, just because these guys are doing this stuff, they pouring concrete all the time. Some of them don't know to do that. But you need to have about a 1/2 inch bump up right here. So water's not going to come here and try to jump over here and go through the garage. It's just not going to do that. You define the laws of gravity. So that's not going to happen. And so you make sure that you and your concrete guy, whoever you got, is on page with that. Everybody works together in one unit. One thing that looks like they did do is, oh, they got my drain tile exposed right here. So we'll clean that out, guys. You can, my drain tile. I had to make sure my drain tiles are exposed because that's taking all the moisture, all the water that's collecting around the house and dumping it out. Looks like they covered this one up. So those are things, they covered this one up. So they gotta bust this one back. Well, not bust it open, but they gotta, I hope they didn't connect it to the, no, they didn't. But they need to, it's sitting right here. I saw it the other day. So they just got to make sure, these are things these guys not even paying attention to. Your landscape guys, I don't know why they always bury them things for the most part. So, you know, rain happens, guys, but take advantage of the rain. Make sure your water's moving away from your lot, because if your water's not moving away from that, not away from the lot, but from the house, if your water's not moving away from this house, it's going to find a way in the house. And, you know, me and the homeowner was talking today, and he was saying, man, it's been dry on this side during the entire process of construction. It's been dry inside the house, man. I mean, the basement, no leaks in the basement. Yeah, but I had to tell him, hey, man, you got a 1-year warranty. You know, that water may find its way in here some kind of way. So we just got to watch it, man. You know, I don't think I ever had a house. I'm going to knock on some wood. I got to find some wood around here. Dang it. Oh, man, I don't want to walk through all that junk right here, but I got to knock on some wood, guys. I got some at the dumpster. I'm going to knock on wood when I get there. But, guys, I've never had a house that we didn't have at least one basement leak. My personal house, well, my personal house, the one that I lived in before I moved into the other house, the house that I'm in now, man, it was, when it rained, it actually poured in there like you would think somebody turned the faucet on a tub. That was some wood right there, man. We're gonna knock on this wood right here. This will be the first house that I have that we didn't get any leaks, but I'm not counting on it, guys. I'm just figured it. But guys, if you do get a leak, you call your waterproof guy here. Let them come in. They got to fix it from the inside. So they got to use what they call hydraulic, some kind of hydraulic concrete mix, and they patch that stuff up. But if you're a landscaper and everybody works together, you can almost have a maintenance-free house. That's just the way it works, guys. But guys, embrace the rain. Embrace the rain. Take advantage of those days that it rained. I got a couple of houses like this one right here, man. We should have been over here digging. I'm not gonna dig. I'm not gonna do anything until I see at least 4 or 5 days of dry weather, because the last thing you want to do is start digging footings and then it rained the next day and you fill the footings up with water. And then once you do that, that means now you got to dig again and you got to dig deeper. So now you're pouring more concrete, and that's just going to cost that homeowner. So we're going to let this bad boy dry up. We're going to get a couple of days, and it's better to start out on the front end in a good way than to stress out about it and say, well, we just got to get something. Just got to make something happen, and we're just going to pour. And you'll be in a mess. So like, share, subscribe, guys. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And this is the way. Where do you go? Leave